Hello, I'm Hanna Jabbour, Technical Marketing Engineer Leader, part of TDNR. In this video, we're going to look at how CrowdStrike Integration and XDR works together. We're going to specifically dive into the path of detections in CrowdStrike from a detection into an incident in XDR. So let's now focus on one specific endpoint and detection coming from CrowdStrike. We're going to look at an endpoint in this case called victim win7. If I scroll down, I'm going to look at specific detection. Those are all detections inside CrowdStrike. I'm looking at christmascard.exe. It's related to the wizard spider that we've been looking at. You can see the device name, the host name, the IP, the different information, the techniques and tactics, the triggering indicator, and the file hash. This is information provided by CrowdStrike. So the data is pulled from Cisco XDR periodically from CrowdStrike. So Cisco XDR pulled the data from CrowdStrike in a periodic way and transform them into observations and alerts inside XDR Analytics. So moving on from the Christmas card example into the XDR incident itself that we have seen before. So this is the XDR incident where the data comes from. We can actually click on the Cisco XDR Analytics to view that specific attack chain that actually was created from multiple data, including the CrowdStrike endpoint detection. So you can see here multiple detections, part of that attack chain, including some detection coming from findings by CrowdStrike. So that's one of the alerts that's related to CrowdStrike. There's also others. But you can see this is an attack chain where XDR Analytics combine different attack into one bigger chain when they are related and show them as one unit that we need to look at. This data is then pushed as an incident into XDR incident management section. So this is how the actual attack chain is built. So the data is pulled from CrowdStrike and also combined with other data. If this means that we need to create an attack chain, it will be created. And then this attack chain, if it's high or critical, it's going to be pushed into an incident inside XDR. It's made out of alerts. As we said, the alerts, this is one specific alert, which is an alert that is related to command and control. That's another one that's related to CrowdStrike. So you can see this is coming from CrowdStrike property tactics. You could look at it. It's built out of observations. So those are security endpoint security findings called observations. So once the data is pulled out of CrowdStrike, it's transformed into a format that is actually can lead after actually being read by XDR Analytics. It could lead to the creation of observations. Those observations, if they are mean enough or actually dangerous enough, they can actually lead to creation of an alert. And again, if an alert needs to be transformed to attack chain, part of other types of detection, it will be. So this is the data that comes in. You can see that the data coming in and also the device information is pulled from different sources, including the Microsoft Azure, because this is an actual VM that's on Microsoft Azure, but you can actually find other information. It could come from different sources, plus the data that this endpoint, historical data of it. And you can see this alert is part of an attack chain. You can look at the observation. As we saw, the observations are related to suspicious endpoint security findings. There is multiple of those in here. There is two. Also, looking at the settings alerts, you could find the specific alert settings that were generated from this. So I'm gonna search very simply based on CrowdStrike. So this is not the observation, this is the alert that we have seen. Basically, those alerts are triggered only if there is observations. In this case, the observations are named suspicious endpoint security finding. Of course, the observation could lead to an alert. The detections in CrowdStrike are transformed into observations, those types of observations. These alerts by themselves could be enabled or disabled by default. So you could enable them by yourself. If you don't want them to actually trigger, you could just disable them. And you could publish every alert that is detected by XDR analytics into an XDR incident if you need to, if you don't want to wait for it to be part of a chain or an alert chain. So this is an example of, for example, how you could configure a CrowdStrike alert inside XDR analytics to be published into an XDR incident directly, or you just want it to be part of an attack chain. Also, you can specify the severity or priority of this specific detection. Remember, here what I'm trying to clarify is the XDR analytics detection based on CrowdStrike. Not every CrowdStrike detection will become an alert here. Just to clarify that again. So this is the end-to-end how the data is transformed. So be careful, not every single detection in CrowdStrike is going to be transformed into an incident. Some of them might, but some of them might lead to observation and then to alert and then to maybe to attack chain and then be pushed. So that's one thing to take care of. Hope this has been informative on how the data is actually translated from CrowdStrike into XDR incident. And thank you for listening.